What's up, guys? Always riding on nice days like this. We're going to go by a bank. It's not even my bank, but it's the bank that my car I got wrecked was financed through. And you guys would not believe the hassle that I've had to go through, and I'm still going through, to get this thing paid off and the insurance handled. And really, it's not even the insurance's fault, it's the bank's fault. We're over a month into this, and the bank is the one that had been dragging its feet and giving me the runaround on some things I needed, some documents. And it doesn't take much for me to really get frustrated. I mean, it does. It takes a bit for me to show it, and these guys have definitely made me show it over the last week or so, as it keeps getting more and more delayed. So I'm going to say it, and it's my opinion through my experience right now with the bank. It is First Citizens Bank. And I don't, those of you who have First Citizens, maybe you like them, maybe you like them a lot, and they've done nothing wrong. But I'm sorry, I am going to disagree with you. And like I said, I don't have regular bank accounts through them, and maybe they're fine, or they're at least not worse than any other bank when it comes to regular banking. But when it comes to this loan and trying to get everything sorted out, I have never had as much trouble with a bank ever. And I've had, a few different banks, and I've had some trouble with banks over things, but I have never had the kind of trouble that I've had with First Citizens. So at least when it comes to a loan, and a car loan, in my opinion, am going to advise that no one use First Citizens Bank for an auto loan. The basic thing is that when the car got crashed, my insurance submitted requests for the documents that they needed. They needed, the settlement amount, the running balance per diem, running payoff amount. They wanted a letter of guarantee so they could get issued the title once it was paid off. And they wanted a copy of the title, just a photocopy of the title, so they could essentially verify that my name was on it without co-signers, and that the bank was truly the right bank and people that they should be paying the money to. Well, they did the balance, the running balance, they did the letter of guarantee, but no, they never sent a copy of the title. They sent everything else within the first 5 days. First 5 days. We're now over a month into it. And not until about a week ago did the communication actually come across that there was no physical copy of the title there's no physical title to make a copy of. Everything was electronic, and they basically told me that I couldn't get one. I couldn't get a copy. And I was like, what do you mean? I have to have a copy. And then the insurance, they just were not going to process the claim and issue payment until they had a copy. Like, that was their stand. They were not going to do it. So I basically had to tell the bank that they somehow were going to get me a copy, whether they had to print screen, because they said they could bring it up and look at it, but they couldn't print it. And I said, well, there's print screens. I said, you guys got smartphones, so you can take a picture of the screen and send it to me. Somehow, some way, I was going to get a copy of the title. And everything seemed okay at that point. And but then nothing happened. Like 3 days go by, I call back, nothing. Well, the insurance calls and says, you know, can we get a copy of the title? This is what was kind of agreed that would happen. And the bank turns around and says, oh no, your person on it has to authorize that we release that to you. One, I'm not sure how me asking about it a couple days ago and saying that I needed it didn't authorize it to give it, because I gave them the fax number to the insurance to send it to. So I don't know how that's not authorizing it. But anyway, I call to turn around and authorize it so they can send it. Then they say, oh no, it's not really an authorization deal, they have to submit a request for it. And I was like, they did a month ago. And you send them everything else except that. Well, we'll submit this request, this blah 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 paperwork. And we can only send it to you. We can't send it to them. I said, well, okay, whatever. Submit the paperwork, send it to me. Well, that'll be 10 days. It'll come to you in the mail in 10 days. Can't email it, can't fax it. I'm like, come on, people. So I did it anyway. To get it coming. So I'm sitting here waiting 10 days for it, on top of being a month behind already. But then I go into a branch, an actual branch, and I try to explain to the manager what's going on, and try not to be too irritated because, you know, he has really no involvement in any of this. But they agree to call, and they call, and they try to get the paperwork sent to the branch. And even though it's a branch manager, the people at the main bank, they're just like, no, we're not doing it today. You can submit a form and we can fax it to you, but it's not going to be done right now. And I'm like, really? Like, you can't, you're on the phone right now. I had been on the phone with somebody before who pulled it up in a matter of like 5 seconds. Like, you can't do this right now. But anyway, I'm going to pick that up right now. But to me, it is just absolutely ridiculous, the runaround I've got for a copy of the title. And meanwhile, you know, everything is just going up. And the payoff amount is going up. And, you know, another due date is coming for a bill, and I'm not going to pay. They're dragging their feet. I'm not paying. But I think now, when I get this today, that everything will be sorted out. And probably by the end of this week, I hope there'll be payment issued. That's right, I keep moving here. I get mad at people all the time.